who I am in this moment, sitting here in this chair, is only shaped by everything that I've done in my life. Football, business, politics. I had no idea what I was signing up for.
How do you deal with someone that has a different opinion than you?
We're still a team in this building working for a better Manitoba. Although we might argue with each other, we might not agree, we still want the best outcome for Manitobans, even opposition and government. The day that I walk into this building and I'm not in awe of the staircase walking up, I'm done.
If everyone came to the chamber with that mindset, would we have a better Manitoba today?
You have two choices. You say, whoa me, I can't do it, I'm gonna stop. Or you say, I'm gonna put my best foot forward and we'll see what happens. You have to keep going forward no matter how bad things are, no matter how tough things are. You just have to keep going forward. Go, 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 right? Who cares if I wear a suit? I'm just a guy.
So with your role comes a lot of hate. Like, how do you not let it personally affect you? Or do you?
And just not show it. Obby, this is insane, first of all. We're in your office, where you spend a large majority of your time. How much time you spend here, and what does this place mean to you? Like this specific room?
I mean, it's an honor. Like, wow. First of all, it is, this whole building is wow. It is history. It is magnificence. It is the future of this province. So every day I walk up those stairs, it is the greatest time of the day for me. It is an honor to walk in. And really, I'm not just saying that. If you ask any MLA or anyone that works here, walking up these stairs in here and just seeing the building is amazing. Being in the leader of the opposition's office, wow, it's an honor. Like, it's an honor to be an MLA. Every day I come here, I'm honored. I love it. I love the job I do. I love it. So to your question on time, I don't know. I spend a lot of time, more than a 9 to 5. I spend a ton of time in my office, but I also spend, I would say, equally, if not more time, throughout all of Manitoba. Like, it is wild, and I love every minute of it, every day. It's not for the faint of heart, and but being here every day is pretty cool.
Were there things that like surprised you about this role? Like things that you didn't expect? Like, if I was signing up for this, I'd be like, oh, maybe they'll put me in like a corner office or something. Not a whole Oval Office, man.
Yeah,
this is pretty sick.
Yeah, it is an Oval Office too, right? Like, it is. So I've heard stories that some, Hollywood, they film movies up here. Every now and then, I've heard that they will retrofit this office to look like the Oval Office.
Really? Okay.
Much smaller scale, but the round walls,
Yeah.
stuff like that, or they'll want that prestige in it, because it is, I think, the only Oval Office in this whole building, and it's beautiful. But to your question, I had no idea what I was signing up for back, right? Like, I've been elected now for 4 years. So when I was first elected as an MLA, you don't really know what that means, really. Like, you do it because you want to do good. You want to help the people in your community. You want to advocate for things that are important for you, that you believe in. And I came in here and was like, wow. And I got a corner office, like a tiny little hole in the corner, right? Because I was the new guy. Yeah. So they put you in the smallest office possible, and you work your way up. And here I am a couple years later in the leader's office, which is an honor.
Do you remember the first time you walked in here as an opposition leader?
As opposition leader?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I remember very well. It was the day after. And it was, so I came in here before, with our previous leader, so Vedmi. So I had been in here before.
Yeah.
But coming in as the leader was like, okay, this is my office now. And there's still some boxes and stuff, and you got to make it your own. But the whole aura of whatever office you're in actually is secondary to just being in the building. Like, that is the more ominous, like the bigger the scale, like the bigger the moment is just being here in this building. And that will never leave me. And when that does leave me, whatever office I'm in, then it's time for me to move on. But as long as I love what I'm doing, it's an honor for me to be here. It's to listen and to serve the people. As long as that stays front of mind for me, I will always continue to be here. And so far, every single day, it's been that way. And I'm not just saying that, because to do this job for the hours that you put into this job, you have to love it.
Yeah. I feel like I was a student teacher at one point. And so there was like the teacher, and then I was a student teacher. And I would never sit in this teacher's chair because I just felt weird about it.
Yeah.
And then once I got my own classroom, I was like, oh, this is my classroom.
Yeah.
I'm going to sit in this chair. I'm going to
Yeah.
decorate it the way that I want
Yeah.
to. And now this is my art marching ground.
Yeah.
Is that the way you felt here? Like even before seeing it and now seeing it?
Yeah, totally. Like I made it my own, right? Like I got my football helmets. I don't know if you see on the camera. A big part of my life. I got some pictures of family, my son, MLA. I got my jerseys up on the wall with my son. You know, just some historical graduation diploma from Simon Fraser University. So really things that are important to me.
Yeah.
But the leader's chair is the leader's chair, right? So funny story about that is if you go to the caucus, so the caucus room is where we all meet as MLAs and elected officials, and there's one chair, that's the leader's chair, that nobody ever sits in, right? So whether it's the premier, or leader of opposition, interim leader, you do not sit in that chair.
Okay.
Everyone knows it, right? It's like going into your teacher,
Like unspoken
right?
rule, though.
Unspoken rule, you
Okay.
do not sit,
Yeah.
this is the chair.
Gotcha.
Every now and then you'll get a newbie, and people might set them up and be like, "Oh yeah, you can take that chair,"
Right.
and they'll sit in the chair, and then I'll walk in, or the leader will walk in, or whoever it was before premier, and it's just like the room, you could hear a pin drop,
Really?
right? And it's just the most awkward thing in the world. The person has no idea what they did.
Yeah.
So that's always a funny moment, and we'll meet with stakeholders, so we'll meet with community members, and they don't know, right? Yeah. So everyone's sitting around a table. And someone will sit in the leader's chair and they'd be like, "You're not allowed to sit there." And they're like, "No one's here yet." They're like, "Yeah, he's probably coming soon." You can't sit in his chair. So yeah, I tried to make the office my own, add some personal traits to it, but and I think everyone does that when they get to their office, no matter how big or small.
Yeah, of course.
When you first started in this, was there a hidden rule that you weren't aware of? Like, for example, did you sit in the leader's chair by any chance?
No way, man. I sat all the way in the back corner so that nobody would see me, and it's hard to not be seen.
Yeah.
But I sat in the back wall because you're just learning, right?
Right.
Again, it's an honor to be here. I really believe in and this is like from my football days, right?
Mm-hmm.
I really believe in respect, earning your place, listening to your elders, your seniors who have been here, who have done that type of work. So no, I would never even come close to sitting in the leader's chair. Were there unwritten rules? I would say, yeah, there's a lot of them actually.
What are
to think
some of
about. I mean, the biggest thing is always, but it's not just a rule here, right? So
Right.
it's a rule growing up in a very traditional East Indian family, respect,
Yeah.
right? Respect, seniority. Pay your dues to your seniors, no matter what. To your staff, right? But to also all the other people that work in the building. I try to really make a point of saying hi to all the security officers, to the cleaners, to the clerks. I love popping by the clerk's office. If you ever get a chance, if you want to mess with them, go pop in the clerk's office. They are so serious all the time.
They love us.
But Tim and Rick are awesome, and the whole staff there. So, but it's my shtick is but say hi to everyone.
Yeah.
Ask them how they're doing. How is their day going, right? Because we're all just humans at the end of the day working in the building. And doesn't matter if I have the Oval Office or if I have an office in the corner. We're all in this to make the province better. So that's kind of the approach I've always taken. So I've managed to stay out of trouble with that. Some of the things that I did as a leader when I came in now, I brought from like football world, right? Team building. So I bring in donuts all the time for the crew, right? We have, a late policy that if you're late, you got to put money into a jar, and all that money goes into, having lunch or doing team building exercises. Yeah. So really a lot of the team aspect components of it, I brought to the team here. And I think they're having fun. We're responding well to it.
Are you treating it like an organization? Almost like an internal business where, like, for example, late fees, eh? Like you got to put $20 in the jar or something.
Yeah.
Like that.
Yeah, I mean, I treat it like a team.
Yeah.
Right? And it's all I know is team. So whether it was, high school football or university or studying, together as a group of guys at university, whether it was pro football or it was in business, it's always that team, right? And teams are all the same. It doesn't matter if you're football, business, politics, and, even your team, I bet you. Right? Everyone's got their place on the team. Everyone has their role on the team. Everyone is valued and respected on that team. And you do fun, nuanced things on that team to keep the energy up. And, as the leader, as you guys are, your organization, the great success that you've had, you have to always just be mindful of that as the leader, right? You're always trying to uplift everybody. You're bringing everyone together. Everyone's rowing in the same direction. You're going to have good days. You're going to have bad days. That's okay. But we're in this together as a team. And that's I learned that through blood, sweat, and tears on the football field. And I'm bringing that into politics and in business, right? And that's, I think, the approach. If we all view this together, and I'll go even a step farther. If you view it as, even opposition in government or politics, right? We're still a team in this building working for a better Manitoba. Although we might argue with each other, we might not agree, we still want the best outcome for Manitobans. Now, we might disagree in how that's done. It's no different than sitting in a football team meeting and saying, we need to run the ball 50 times a game, and the quarterback's like, no, we need to pass the ball 50 times a game. Different ideas on how we're going to get it done, or the defense wins games, not the offense. At the end of the day, we want to win the game. We want to do what's best for the team. We want to do what's best for the province here. The difference here is we just disagree on how that's done.
Yeah. I mean, you've done a lot of things in this world. The football thing, the business thing, now the politics thing. What would you say is like your biggest accomplishment?
Biggest accomplishment, raising a good boy. So none of those things you mentioned.
Yeah.
Right? I would say, for sure, unequivocally, it's my son. All the other stuff is great. Yeah, football player, draft pick, and going on to business and restaurants, and COVID happened, and things didn't go great in the businesses. And now politics, but at the end of the day, it's my son that matters the most to me, and that I put the most time and effort into, and that is the most. So that's what I'm most proud of, to answer your question. Threw you a curveball on that one. Hey, you weren't expecting that answer.
I caught it.
Right? You caught it. Nice. Yeah.
Why is that so important to you, your son?
Oh man, anyone that's got kids can relate to this, or if you have siblings and loved ones, parents, right? When you look at our parents. What we do in life matters, of course, every day, especially coming here and the legislation and the bills we're doing, and disagreeing on things matters. But I'm raising the next generation, my son, right? And the love you have for your child, the joys you have, and the learning lessons together. I mean, and he's really involved in this with me, right? He loves it. Like, he was born after my football career was done, so we still go to the Bomber games and he gets a bit of that. But he's been on this journey with me from day one, right? When he was 8, 9 years old. And he loves it. So he sees it. He sees how it works. He comes to the office. He takes a lot of pride in what I do as a father. And he knows the talking points and he listens to me talk. But seeing that in my son or a young person, it means the world to me. And I hope that through that, I can get that across to, Manitobans, and other people can see that, right? The love that I have for him and what I want for him is the same that I want for you and your family, right? And anyone listening at home, that I want my son to grow up in a safe province, in a province where he can get a job, where he can be valued and loved and respected for who he is, because that's what I give to him as a father. That's what I want in politics. That's what I want in society. It's what we should all want. Right? If something happens to my kid, I want him to get health care right away. I don't want him waiting 20 hours, just like I don't want your family waiting for 20 hours.
Yeah.
So those things with him are integrally tied to what I do here. You could say that I'm here, essentially because I really want a better life for my kid.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, this might be the same answer,
Yeah.
but out of all the things you've done, what was the most difficult?
Oh, man, difficult. These are good questions, because I have done the gambit, right? So I would say the most difficult thing is the thing that you're doing in the moment. Right? Right now, this is the most difficult interview podcast I've ever done in my life, because I'm in the moment right now, right?
Okay.
What's in the past is in the past, and you've done it, and you passed it. I've had 3, 4 knee surgeries. I've had, 5 broken fingers, if you don't know if your camera can get those or not. Ruptured tricep, Bell's palsy, brain hemorrhage, L4 herniated disc. I have ulcerative colitis, major surgery. I had my whole entire large intestine removed. I was in the hospital for 3 months, almost died.
Oh my God.
So in the moment, that was the hardest thing I've ever gone through.
Yeah.
But if I go forward now to today, I'd say the hardest thing right now is, being the leader of the opposition and rebuilding this party and, earning that trust back with Manitobans. really creating a new era for the party. That's the hardest thing because I'm doing it right now. So I think it's dependent on the time of what you're living in. Then, from football was business, starting a restaurant. I have no idea what I'm doing. And actually, I played in the Grey Cup in Calgary in end of November.
Yeah.
Moved back to Winnipeg. And my son was born January 3rd. So a month later, essentially, he was born. And then 18 days later, I opened my restaurant. That was crazy, right? That was the hardest thing I've done. I don't think I slept for weeks, months, literally opening and closing the restaurant every single day, trying to make payroll, trying to figure out how all that works, while having a young family.
Talk to me about that story. So
Yeah.
you play in the
Yeah.
Grey Cup.
Yeah.
And then what decision making within
Yeah.
a month to have a kid and start a restaurant?
Well, so the kid wasn't, I didn't have the
Yes,
kid in
of
one
course.
blood. It
Yes,
wasn't
yeah,
part of
that
my
was
blood.
planned. Okay.
So,
You knew it was coming.
yeah,
You knew it was coming.
8 months before we
Yes.
knew it was coming. So I'll rewind and, in football and sports, it's one of those things, you kind of know when your time's coming to an end, right? I was going into my 9th, 10th year. I've had a lot of injuries. As you get older, you slow down. Your recovery's not as good. There's always someone younger and cheaper they're trying to replace you with. And unfortunately, my time here with the Bombers was over, right? Paul Lapalisse decided to release me. So I said, you know what? I've had a good run. I'm going to retire. So I decided to, okay, I'll call it quits, or I'll call it a career. What am I going to do post-football? Football is amazing. It was the best, really, real fun part of my life. But what do you put on your resume? After 10 years of playing pro football, you go apply for a job. I was a pro football player. Please hire me for $100,000. Right? What are you going to get into? I'm a Bachelor of Science in Kinesiology and Biology. And what are you going to do after 10 years? So you got to really kind of reinvent yourself. So I said, let me open restaurants. So I retired. And that time, before I was retiring, I was thinking of, what am I going to do next? So the restaurant was in the works. So we started that in the summer. And then I got a call from Huffnagel out of Calgary saying that their center got hurt. Will I come out of retirement and play? And I said, not a chance. And he said, we really need you. We'll pay you what you were getting paid in Winnipeg. And come on out. We just, we need that veteran experience.
Yeah.
So I said, okay, all right, I'll come. So I went out there. And then meanwhile, my restaurant was still being constructed and built here. So that was going on while I was playing football in Calgary, while, my ex was with our son. And played the Grey Cup, lost the Grey Cup, sadly, and then came back to Winnipeg, and it's just go, 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 right? You rock and roll. You have no choice. I've always said you just have to keep going forward. You have to keep going forward no matter how bad things are, no matter how tough things are. You have two choices. And people said, oh, how did you do it, Obby? How did you come back after all those injuries? And, you blew your knee out. You had major surgery to have your entire large intestine removed. The doctor said you'll never play football again. You had Bell's palsy, a brain hemorrhage. You'll never play football again. Don't open a restaurant. They'll never succeed. Restaurants always fail. Don't go into politics. Politics is brutal. It's a really tough life. Don't ever do it. You can't do it. No one's going to vote for you. You're never going to win. And you have two choices. You say, whoa, me. I can't do it. I'm going to stop. It's too hard, right? It's too hard.
It is hard.
Or you say, I'm going to put my best foot forward, and we'll see what happens. And then at least at the end of the day, I can look myself in the mirror and say, I tried my best.
What does that mean? A lot of people are able to conceptualize that decision.
Yeah.
Hey, I can give up. It's hard.
Yeah.
What does it actually mean to give it a shot? I wouldn't if I'm having a brain hemorrhage.
Yeah.
My first instinct would
Yeah.
be I'm not playing football again.
Yeah.
That's just
Yeah.
it's my life.
Yeah.
Right. And so when you want to keep going, what does that actually mean? What does it mean to keep going?
Well, it means you got to take it day by day.
Right.
So in my view, I was never thinking what's going to happen in 3 months or 6 months or a year from now, my recovery. It's day to day, right? So day to day, I'm going to do the best thing I can do. I'm going to put my best foot forward every day.
Right.
And get up, I'm going to go do a rehab. I'm going to do the exercises I have to do. And slowly over time, I'm going to work my way to the goal. Because the goal is ultimately to get back on the football field.
Right.
The goal was to open a restaurant and open another restaurant and be successful. But when I was making my first recipe for garlic sauce, I wasn't thinking of my 6th restaurant. I was thinking, man, I got to make a good garlic sauce or the shawarma world will kill me.
Yeah.
Right? So, but you take it day by day. So day by day, you go forward. Then eventually when you're at that time, say, okay, I'm ready to open my restaurant. Okay, I'm ready to try to play football again. I'm ready to take that next leap and see what happens. Then you put your foot forward, right? And you might fail.
Yeah.
And I did actually. So I remember when I had my surgery for my ulcerative colitis, there's a great video I got to plug on YouTube. Obby Khan comeback story. And spoiler alert, if you go watch that video, it's about 5 minutes. TSN did a story.
Yeah.
Make sure you have a box of Kleenexes with you because it's a really sad story. Family, something happened there. And they said, you'll never do it. You'll never do it. Day by day, I took that step forward. And when I did make my recovery and I came back later that year to play, I got my butt kicked. It was the worst game I've ever played in my life. Like I got tossed around. And I came back and Doug Barry was the head coach. And Doug Barry goes, yeah, so you definitely weren't ready to play yet. And I said, no, I wasn't. He goes, take some more time. Rehab more, get your strength back, all that sort of stuff. But take some time. And so I wasn't ready. I failed.
Yeah.
But I had the support of the organization, people around me to believe in me, to say, we'll give you some more time. So then I took the rest of that year. I came back the following year. I played 5 more years.
Wow.
The mindset of that translates over to, I'm assuming, everything else you
Everything.
do. A lot of people don't get.
Yeah.
And they don't understand. And I'm saying this because I've had to convince some people very close to me
Yes.
that I'm willing to do whatever it takes.
Yeah.
And they're like, why?
Yeah.
Why?
Why? Because what else is there?
Okay, but is it a little bit selfish in your own world? Are you trying to prove yourself right, or are you trying to prove others wrong?
I'm just trying to do the best I can do. It's not a matter of right and wrong for me. It's a matter of just trying your best, because you're accountable to yourself only, right? I believe I'm only accountable to really myself and my actions and what I do. And then, of course, in the job I have here and other aspects of it, whether business or football, there's other people are reliant or, depending on me and how things go. But it's not a selfish attitude. I don't view it as a selfish attitude. I view it as an attitude that I'm going to just always do my best. And there's no harm in trying to do your best every day, right? Like what the alternative is, you don't try your best every day.
Yeah.
Well, now you're shorting yourself, and you're shorting your family and your support and everyone around you. But what's the harm in trying to do your best every day? And kids ask me this when I go and talk, or even my son, we've talked about this, and said, Dad, what if you didn't make it back?
Yeah, exactly.
What if you didn't? What if you tried your best and you didn't?
Yeah.
And I said, you know what, son, that's great. I said, but I would say at least I tried my best. I did everything I could do, and it wasn't meant to be.
So at what price, though? Because if you didn't make it back,
Yeah.
then what about your family? And if
I
you
did
do
or
it,
didn't.
if you didn't,
Yeah.
and if you're doing things for your family, for that community that you're
Yeah.
building,
Yeah.
but you also have that desire to do your best,
Yeah.
at what point is the price too high?
Well, I think that's individual basis depending on the circumstances, right? So you would have to look at your own life and reflect back on that. But in my situations, there was never a harm in what I was doing to try my best. So, and again, you look at politics right now.
Yeah.
So I'm trying my best to represent, the Progressive Conservative Party, to represent my values and my beliefs, and this, fiscal management, all the political stuff we can talk about if you want. But I'm going to always put my best foot forward, what I believe with my team and my colleagues, right? If I don't do that, I'm doing a disservice to everyone that's elected me here, right? So whether it's the riding of Fort White, whether it's the people that voted me to be a leader, and the people that don't support me, right? So even the people that don't support Progressive Conservatives will never support me. That's okay, because it's my job as the opposition leader to still represent your best values. So even if I don't make it, there's no harm in trying that, right? There's not a selfish aspect of it. Now, if I'm sacrificing, quality time with my son, if I'm sacrificing my health, my well-being, my family, my friends, that's a different story.
Sure.
But there's always has to be that balance in there, and that's for every individual to find out. But I firmly believe that if people approach life and all obstacles and harms, and it's easier said than done, and everyone's got their own situation, and I'm not minimizing or blanking everyone together, but always try your best. It's like, I'll say this, what's the harm in saying hi to somebody? Opening the door for someone,
Yeah.
Right.
right? Like, really, what's the harm? There's no harm. There's only benefit.
Yeah.
Whether it's a homeless person or whether it's someone that's, you're grocery shopping, you open the door for someone, you buy someone a coffee. These are all just virtues of just doing the right thing. There's no harm in them. So there's no harm in trying your best, is what I'd say.
So then why do people not do it?
Why do people, I mean, I'm not a psychologist, man. I'm the leader of the opposition party. Why do people not do it? I don't know. You'd have to ask them. It's really, I think as a society, if we could, start to think that way about each other. I'll give you another example. Just an example of just trying your best and just being that in this building here. So as a minister, it's an honor to be. It's an honor to be in this building. Number one, be elected, be a minister. So as a minister, and we'd have cleaning staff would come in, and I like to get to the office sometimes 5, 6 o'clock in the morning, really early before anyone else, because that's my time to work, and it's the best time of day. I'm sure you guys have talked to a lot of people. 5 a.m. It's the best. No one else is really awake or bugging you. You can get your stuff done.
Yes, sir.
So I'm in, and but the cleaning crew's in. So they were in cleaning, and I would talk and get to know them and ask them questions and whatnot. Long story short, the lady had said to me, for years she's worked here, and nobody's ever said hi to her. No one's ever asked her how her day is or about her family. I think that's fundamentally wrong. I think we need to humanize all aspects of our life, no matter what someone's going through or doing or their job or their role. Who cares if I wear a suit? I'm just a guy. And we're all just humans. So that's kind of the approach I try to take, right? And if I can bring that into every aspect of life, including politics now, I believe there's a massive ripple effect to make society better, and we'll see what happens.
Can you talk to me about the garlic story? Because that to me, perfecting the garlic sauce for shawarma Khan.
Oh man,
I can't imagine the trial and error for that.
The pressure is
Bro, I probably got some pictures I could go back and find. So one of my best friends, Joel Astley, played high school football with him, stays in touch with him forever. He was a chef, came out here, a Lebanese guy. I was like, I need a Lebanese garlic sauce, right? Came out, we must have had about 50 batches of garlic sauce.
Wow, yeah.
And all on pieces of paper with sticky notes, getting this much garlic, this much egg whites, this much oil. And we had about 24 people over at my place, and everyone's trying them, and everyone's putting their polls down on notes. At the end of the day, it just came down to Joel and I picking it, because there's so many people and so many thoughts and suggestions. But it's always a tweak, right? You're always tweaking it. But again, it's something that I loved doing. It was really fun and passionate at the time, the restaurants. Now I've moved on, just like football, right? I loved football at the time, moved on to business, loved business. Now I believe politics is it. So it wasn't just the garlic sauce, it was the hummus. It was the tabbouleh, it was all of the chicken marinades and the kebabs. So it's quite the journey, quite the journey.
Do you have a story from owning that restaurant that like stands out? Either opening day or something that happened, good, bad, ugly?
I mean, that's so many stories. You gotta narrow it down. What kind of story do you want?
What was the most influential part of owning that?
I loved, more than anything, interacting with customers. And I will still have people come up to me to this day, say, hey, Obby, do you remember you served me a shawarma at your restaurant? And I'll be like, I'm sorry, I don't.
Okay. So at least you don't lie to them.
No, I don't. I just say, I'm sorry, I don't. But that moment stuck out for that guy, right? And or that person. And I loved working the line. I just loved talking to people, asking how the day it was, and serving them and have fun at the restaurant. It was a real labor of love. And same thing in politics now. Like, I just love it. I love getting out and meeting people. It's just who I am. And I think, like I talked about, saying hi to someone, ask them how the day is. You never know what effect that has on people. My dad, may he rest in peace, would tell me that, the simplest form of charity and a good deed is just smiling at someone or opening the door, because you don't know what they're going through, right? And I've always taken that approach forward. So my favorite part about it was really working the counter. Making jokes, having fun with customers, having fun with the line staff, having good music on, and just really enjoying that moment of it. And I think sometimes we get lost that we don't enjoy the moment of where we're at in life. And this office is a great example of that. I sit around and I'm like, wow. Or you walk in the building and you're like, wow, the chamber, playing in front of 30,000 fans at Canada Stadium, the old school run, right? With the beer snake going up the student section, sitting there and looking back and saying, wow. I think if we did more of that, it would really give us some, insight into life and the joys of life.
Yeah.
I was going to say, have you always been like that in terms of like taking in the moment, in the current moment? Or was there like a moment where you had to decide like, or it had to reshift. Because even sometimes doing this podcast, it's insane.
Yeah.
But like, then it's like edit the thing, go to the next one. And
Yeah.
sometimes I don't think, me personally, I take the time to actually think back and be like, wow, we did that. That was fun. It's
Yeah.
always the next.
Yeah.
And I purposely, especially because we just hit our 200th episode, took the moment to like, wow, this is what we've done so far.
Yeah.
And there's so much more we want to do. So were you always the type of person to like enjoy the moment?
No. And I'm still not.
Okay.
Right? There's still times where it passes you by and then you're like, oh man, that just happened, right? Like, so it passes you by. I think reflection, looking back, like as I'm listening to you tell the story, I'm looking over your shoulder and I see my, Calgary Stampeders and my Blue Armor helmet, right? And then moments are coming back in my mind while I'm trying to come up with the next question or answer for you. So no, I don't always. I think it's important to reflect back on it if you miss that time. I haven't always been this way, no, for sure. But my father raised us a very humble family, right? Emigrated here in 1978. I was born in Ottawa in 1980 to, a new immigrant family in Canada. Really had nothing. So really cherished all those little wins together as a family, 5 siblings, really enjoying whatever we had and loving that and loving each other and having that unit and then going on in life and enjoying all these little moments and all these little things. And, I can tell you great stories. I was drafted #1 by Ottawa.
Yeah.
And my mom, we were talking to her on the phone, and she goes, "You should have been a doctor," right?
On the phone, on the day of?
On the day of, right? and this is an ongoing joke I do with my mom loves it. But, I became elected as an MLA. Should have been a doctor. Leader of opposition should have been a doctor. It's just one of those great, things that I have with my family and my mom. But really, recognizing the moment that I'm in, sharing that moment with loved ones, and not everyone will get it, right? But they love. My mom loves and supports me in anything I want to do in family, and I think that's what makes it really special. The journey I'm on, and taking the time at times to just pause and look back at what I've done, and now my son.
Yeah. Do you think those perspectives, and we often think about this too, is like you imagine like going through the hardest times of your life, when you are in a current moment, you always have this perspective of like, oh, if I've gone through my intestines being ripped out of me,
Yeah.
I can go through this. This is nothing, right? I've
Yeah.
come back from
Yeah.
rehab and
Yeah.
I've played again.
Yeah.
Like that perspective. Do you carry that into your day to day now?
100%. And just to be clear, my intestines weren't ripped out of
Right,
like
right.
aliens. You made it sound like an alien movie where things coming out of you. It was a surgery in Toronto, Dr. Zayden Cohen.
Good doctor.
Great doctor, the best doctor. Yeah, for sure. I mean, who I am in this moment, sitting here in this chair, is only shaped by everything that I've done in my life, good or bad. Successful or not successful, has led me to this moment. So I wouldn't change anything. Anything, butterfly effect, right? Or any time travel movie, Back to the Future, right? Marty McFly, you change one thing, it changes everything. I think everything has brought me to this moment, right? So that hard work, that perseverance of overcoming, countless injuries, countless struggles in business, successes and failures, not making payroll, putting it on your credit card, and then, getting money the next week to pay it off, and then back and forth, growing the next store, having a son, being a single father, and still going through all that sort of stuff. To the hurdles of politics, right? Running in a nomination race, which, I had no idea what it was, and won the nomination race. And then I won the by-election. Then I won the 23 election. So 22, I was first elected. 23, I won the next election. And then 2025, I'm now the leader of the Progressive Conservative Party. Like that's a pretty bananas an aspect of it. But I can only have done that if I had to overcome the multiple knee surgeries and back surgery and shoulder, and working 48 hours straight to make food for the restaurant, because I wouldn't have the strength and the skill to do what I'm doing today if I didn't go through that. So everything has shaped me to where I am, and that's for everyone in life. You guys in your podcasts, right? And whatever you guys were doing before that, then the 100 episodes you did up to here, setting it up, getting the questions, the lights, the cameras, the reputation to meet and communicate with people and reach out and say, yeah, I'd love to do your podcast. You guys are awesome. This is great. Let's get on your podcast. Everything brought you guys to here, and I'm blessed. Same thing for me.
I mean, you said something that really resonates with a lot of people, but I don't think they actually take the time to realize that who we are today is based on a lot of things, that the way that we were brought up and the experiences that we had.
Yeah.
And then everyone else's experience is also different.
Yes.
And with that comes different points of views, comes having different opinions.
Mm-hmm.
How do you deal with someone that has a different opinion than you?
I love it. How do I deal with it? There's nothing to deal with. You listen.
Okay.
You listen. You understand that their journey is as important, as equally as hard as my journey was. I don't know what you've been through. I have no idea. I have no idea what the person talking to me about an immigration issue or business issue or safety or crime or hospital, but they've gone through their own journey, right? And everyone's heart is hard. Life is hard. Life is hard for me. Life is hard for you guys. Life is hard for people. But there's no measurement of my life's harder than your life is harder. I've gone through a crazier journey than you've gone through because I don't know what you've gone through. So understanding that I'm no different than really you in all aspects. But I'm here to just listen to you and try to understand where you're coming from. We might not agree, and that's okay. It's okay to disagree. Shockingly, in politics, I'll say this. It's okay to disagree. It's actually healthy to disagree at times over things because the difference of opinion is what moves us forward, right? Going through that obstacle, that hardship is what moves us forward. So when I meet with someone who doesn't, I love those moments. I actually really do. I cherish them. I say, tell me why. Tell me so I can understand. Let me just listen to you where you're coming from. And I've had people in all walks of life and in politics now tell me different things, get angry with me, get upset with me, be very happy and supportive of me, but I always want to know why, right? Simon Sinek, the why, right? Why?
Start with why.
What brings you to telling me this, so I can help better understand where you're coming from. That approach has really, I think, led me to, I would say, hopefully the success I have now as a leader is really meeting with people from all walks of life and saying, let me just listen to where you're coming from. Let me percolate that. I'm not going to have an answer right away for you. Let me get back to you.
Yeah.
And I think that really is what I'm trying to bring to politics, at the core of it, right? I am a very different leader in a lot of aspects. I am a visible minority. I am Muslim. I am from an immigrant family born in Ottawa. I am the first visible minority leader of a conservative party in the history of Canada. They've never elected a brown guy to be the leader of the Conservative Party. It's an honor, right? But my story is no more important than your story or anyone else's story of what they have to tell me about what their issues are, whether it be on healthcare, crime, affordability, paying for groceries, you know what I mean? These issues are all important. So that's what I try to take to the table.
So let me ask you then, what is your why?
No. What is my why? What is my why? I don't know if this is the answer for it. I listen to that podcast all the time. The why might change. I'd say my why is service. Service. That's it.
Service to public, service to yourself,
Everyone.
others, everyone. Yeah.
Everyone. If I had to boil it down to somebody, it's just service. Grew up, again, I did mention this, in a very humble immigrant family. Father came here, 2 suitcases, and built his life, right? Built a life for all 5 kids. We had a great life. We have a great life, blessed. But my dad was always focused on service too. No matter how little or how much we had, he was always helping, always giving back. And you learn this from your parents, right? So tie it back to one of the first questions of the podcast. You said, why? The son, right? What's that relationship like? Why? Because I want my son to see that now, right? Yeah. And my son can then go on to the next gen. So that's the most important thing for me. So the question of why is, I learned from my father. Service, no matter what you have, you are always in a position to help and serve people. I don't think my father, again, may he rest in peace, will look back at this and say, my son was going to be the leader of the opposition to the Progressive Conservative Party of Manitoba. But I think my dad always wanted us to just strive to do better and strive to help people wherever you can. So my why is really service. I believe, as the leader of the opposition and the team we have and the issues that we go forward are in service to Manitobans to help Manitobans' life better. Again, myself, and, you know, the premier would disagree on some certain ways to do that, that's okay. I believe in fiscal accountability and holding people accountable, and being open and transparent and less government interference, like all these sorts of issues. That is all in service to the people, to make a better province and to make a better life for my kid and for your kids. Being a minister, the premier, the leader of the opposition, there is an immense responsibility and title that goes with that job. It's not just you're a minister. It's not just I'm the leader of the opposition. I am the leader of, and honored and blessed to be in this role. And every day I remember this when I get up in the morning. I'm like, okay, let's roll, 5 a.m. We got a lot of work to do today. It's because of all the thousands and thousands, hundreds of thousands, you know, over 1 million plus in Manitoba now, that I'm working to make life better for, right? This is the culture I try to bring to the team, right? We really have a lot of fun here. You know, I got a great social media guy, Garush, got to give him a shout out. All the hard work he does, right? Yeah, check on the list, check it off. But young guy, works tirelessly on stuff, media, content creation. Midnight, the guy's texting me saying, hey, how's this video? I'm like, dude, I'm sleeping, leave me alone. But he believes in what we're doing as a team, right? Because if he didn't believe in it, it's a 9-to-5 job. Go home, he doesn't have to do nothing, but he's constantly texting, doing research, sending videos, putting clips together. What's his why? His why is, I believe that I'm hoping, and John and everyone else, is that as a leader, I've given them a vision and a plan for the service of Manitoba, that the work we're doing together is for a better Manitoba. And I'm hoping that why is part of who their why is, right? And their why, and I bet you it'd be interesting to ask, you know, a lot of the stuff, what they're doing here, why. They would say it's because they want a better Manitoba.
So we ran into your team when we were scouting the location for this place.
Yeah.
And I asked them, I was like, what would you want me to ask Obby?
Yeah.
So John's question, if you don't mind.
John's getting right under the bus here. I love it.
His question to you was, how do you do it? You wake up at 5 a.m.
Yeah.
You do all of these things. You're going all these places.
Yeah.
And you still have the energy to get up and do it again the next day.
Yeah.
How do you do that?
Hey, what time do you sleep, man?
I do it for the love of the game, right? I mean, that's a cliche. Every single Hollywood movie or athlete that ever says that. Politician, I do it for the love. I do it for the love of the job. How do I do it? That's it. If I didn't love what I do, and I say, like I think I might have alluded to this earlier, the day that I walk into this building and I'm not in awe of the staircase walking up, I'm not in awe of the security guards that have worked for 12 hours and scan us through, or the staff or the clerks, or just walking by the chamber and getting into this office and saying, wow. And if that doesn't, when that stops hitting me, I'm done. Every single day I come here, it still hits me like a ton of bricks, like, wow. So when I get up in the morning, it's that. How do I do it? I love it.
So that's mental. How do you do it physically?
I just push through, man. Physical. Mind over matter. Mind over matter, brother. Always mind over matter. Your mind tells you what to do. Your body follows, right? Getting up in the morning, every single morning, is not easy. But your mind tells you to do it, and you believe in it, and you do it, right? Hit snooze a couple times, but you have to do it. There's more at play. And this is, again, from the service aspect of it, from all the people relying on me and counting on me, from the team to our party supporters to, all Manitobans, to the premier, right? Like, I believe that what I'm doing by asking him the tough questions, and at times it might seem really attacky and visceral, and sometimes we get at it because we're both competitors. But I believe what I'm doing is to make him better and to make him accountable. That's my job in opposition. So why and how? I love it. I genuinely love what I do. Because if I didn't love what I do, there's no way I could do it. There's no way I could get up at 5 o'clock in the morning every single day and go on road trips and continue to meet people and shake hands and all that sort of stuff. I was at the Great Cup Fest. You guys were at the Great Cup, I'm sure, the ton of festivals, right?
Yes.
It was
we
nuts.
weren't there, but
it was nuts. And I was with one of my younger staffers who was with me, and the Great Cup is like, I love it. Football. It's my wheelhouse. I love it. And people from all over the country were, you played in Ottawa and Calgary and BC because I went to school there. And it was just like, it was awesome. It was such a fun venue. And my staff goes to me and goes, wow. He goes, leader, there's a lot of people that know you.
I know.
Like, this is pretty cool. Like, aren't you tired? And I said, no. He goes, but you've said hi to like 1,000 people tonight. And I said, yeah. He goes, how do you do it? I said, Vanya, because I love it. It's an honor for me. It's an honor for me when someone comes up to me and says hello. And he goes, but you've said it to 1,000 people. You must be tired. And I said, I might have said it to 1,000 people, but for that person, that's the first interaction for them with me. So their interaction with me is just as important as the first guy I met, as the last person I meet at the end of the night. It is my job to fulfill that obligation to that guy. And that's how I view Manitoba, right? Like, it is my job as a leader to have that mindset of the love of what I do, of the obligation that it is my responsibility, it is my duty to give that person as much time and energy as I can from the first person to the last. 'Cause that's the first time they've met me. Yeah. My kid says the same thing to me. My kid's like, Dad, that's like the 10th person at Costco. Like, yeah, bud, but that's the first time he's meeting me.
Yeah.
So it's important.
Do you like the premiere?
That's a fantastic question. It's a good question. It's going to be a bit of a longer answer, okay? So we'll go
We're on
with
a
this.
podcast.
So, and I've related to different aspects of my life because that's what I know, right? What I've gone through. In football, offensive lineman, I used to put my fist through the guys in front of me, right?
That's what the role is, yeah.
Throat, gouging, on the ground, punching, grabbing, scratching, whatever you can do to get the guy down, anything and everything. When the game was over, we'd pick the guy up, or he'd pick me up, and we'd go out and we'd go have dinner and drinks. I don't drink, but we'd go hang out, wherever we went, and we'd have a great night together usually. Because the offense line, defense line, even though we're at war all the time, we'd have that. You take it to now politics, right? And I have the utmost respect for everyone in this building, especially elected officials that put their name forward. And there is that, combativeness across the way, right? Because there are differences in ideology and thoughts and philosophy. So you become very passionate about it. And we will have our arguments in the House, and we will say things in the House. But for the members that have always said this, that do it with integrity and honesty, I have nothing but the utmost respect. Adriano Belli, I remember from the CFL. Doug Brown, legend, one of the greatest players to ever play, would kick my butt at practice all the time. And we'd always go out afterwards because we had that utmost respect on the field of hard work, of integrity, of doing it, whatever it took to get the job done. But we never crossed that boundary into, trying to break someone's leg or end their career or do something like that. When it comes to politics, it's different. You can't do that. But you have your integrity and you have your word, right? So if the members keep that, I have a great relationship with some members across the way. I have the utmost respect for some of the ministers and some of the MLAs because they haven't crossed that line of integrity, what I believe, to compromise that, to me not want to have a relationship with them.
Sure.
If someone stands up in the House and blatantly lies about myself or my colleagues or our previous premier or anyone else elected, it's where I draw the line. And I've been very clear with members opposite that if you lie in the chamber, if you stand up and you attack me on lies, and I can list them off for you. You stand up and you say that on camera, and it's in the record books, and it's history because it's in Hansard, I don't want to have a relationship with you. Because what's the value in that relationship now? What is that value if you don't have your word, or you don't have your integrity, you don't have your honesty, right? So why would I want a relationship with them outside this? I can have the utmost respect for the position. Of course I do. They're ministers, they're MLAs, they're elected officials. That position you hold is of the utmost respect. But the person that is holding that position, if you don't have that honesty and integrity with you, what's the point of having a relationship outside of these walls?
So how much is that the game on the football field, though?
But the game, so if you relate to the game on the football field,
Yeah.
everything was done within the boundaries of what the game was. Punching, grabbing, slamming,
Yeah.
that's all within the game.
So the same thing in the
It
chamber.
wasn't like trying to blow a knee out. Now, if a guy tried to blow my knee out on the football field, and it would happen here occasionally, you'd have a guy who tried to cheap shot you.
Yeah.
No, I want nothing to do with that guy. We're not going out afterwards. I'm not having, non-alcoholic drinks and food with you. We're not sitting at the same table. We'd be at the same restaurant afterwards. I mean, it's Winnipeg, right? So what is it, Earl's back when I played Los Polo Park?
Yeah.
I wouldn't sit with that guy. I want nothing to do with him. And he would know the same of me because he knows what he did. So I would relate that here. If we're in the chamber or if we're debating a bill, and if you're going to blatantly lie and attack, which is factual, like lies are facts, right? And if you're going to lie, I want nothing to do with you outside of these walls because there is no integrity anymore. It's not a game. And I like how you said the game aside, this is not a game. And I've said that to members opposite. I say, hey, we're friends. I like you so-and-so MLA. We got along great until I became the leader. Now you're standing up and saying all these things that aren't true. Why are you doing that? Oh, it's just a game, Obby. I said, it's not a game. You have to understand, this is not a game. This isn't football. This is politics. This is people's lives. This is policy. This is legislation. This is the future of our children and our children's children and our parents and our grandparents. What we do in this building matters, right? So when there are those blatant lies, I can't have a relationship with a member outside of this place. I won't lower myself to that. I won't honor that person by that relationship or conversation because they have, what I believe, have violated the rules and principle of being elected to this position. Sorry, I said it was going to be a long answer.
No.
Hopefully I didn't get to say anything, John, or the team around me, but this is
But-
you guys wanted honesty, man. I'm giving you honesty.
I'll ask you a question, and pardon my language here, but like, there's no rules to this shit.
There is rules. There's always rules to everything.
But okay,
In
so
politics, there's rules.
but there's rules. Okay, sure, laws and those rules, but like
Yeah.
in the rules of two people going against each other and have different points of views.
Yeah.
To one person, they might be like, okay, if I do this, this, and this, I'm winning in my area.
Yeah.
And those integrally for me, morally, are okay. Those are my rules that
Yeah.
I'm okay with crossing those lines.
Yeah.
Whereas you may not be okay with that on the other
Yeah.
side.
So if I would say to that, if you, I mean, I don't think this
Yeah.
is you in person, but we're saying
Agreed.
exactly, if you are okay with standing up and lying or making, attacks that aren't based in facts or history, and you're okay with lying and crossing that line, then that's your morality you have to deal with. And if you're okay with crossing that line, so be it. I'm not. And I'm not okay doing that for myself, and I'm not okay with actually having a relationship with you doing that because I know you have crossed those boundaries that I'm not okay with. So you're right, everyone has their own rules in here. I mean, in the chamber, you're right, technically there are not a lot of rules. I think the only rule is you can't use unparliamentary language, so like swearing and stuff, but we've seen that's got out of hands. You can't say anyone's name. So you got to say like the MLA for
really?
so-and-so
Okay.
or the minister of. You can't say anyone's name. You can't say when anyone's not sitting in their seat, which is, I don't know why, it's kind of bizarre. But you can't say like, the MLA for, St. John's isn't in her seat. You can't say that. Or the premier is absent. You can't say that.
Okay.
And that's it. You can lie all you want in there because you're protected by what's called parliamentary privilege. So technically you can lie. You can stand up in there and say whatever you want. But as soon as you get outside those chamber walls and you say it outside in public, you're not protected by parliamentary privilege. So members will say something inside the chamber, and then they'll go out and the media will say, will you repeat it? And they'll say, no, you can listen back to what I said in the chamber. And they won't repeat it. Now, the average person doesn't matter. And the average person isn't watching what's happening in there.
Yeah.
But I am. I'm living it. The team's living it. Right? And if someone's going to cross that boundary of lying, blatantly lying, it's a difference attacking on philosophy or ideology, right? I could say, I don't agree with your economic plan. I don't agree with you saving, I don't think saving 2 cents on 1 liter of milk is going to make anyone's life more affordable. I mean, that's what we have right now, right?
Yeah.
2 cents on 1 liter of milk is not helping anybody. Let's call it what it is. Even if you buy a liter every week for the whole year, you're saving $1.
Yeah, I saw your math.
Right? You saw my math on the post. You're saving $1. I don't think that's making any, so I can get up and say, Premier, this isn't making anyone's life better. I disagree with this. This is not right. What are you actually doing to make someone's life better? Right? And then he would stand up and say whatever he wants to say. What I said is factual. I don't believe it's making anyone's life better by saving them $1. And then if they choose to stand up and say something that's not factually true, that's their decision. I don't have to respect that or support that outside of the chamber, and I won't. And so that's where, to answer your question, off camera, I don't have a relationship with members who cross that line in the chamber.
So would you say the rules of politicians are then your fiduciary duty?
The rules of politicians.
Like the rules of the political game is your fiduciary duty to the public or to your
Yes.
party?
Yes, of course. As a leader, yes, I set that tone. I set that pace. I am the leader of the party. I'm honored to be the leader of the party with a great team around me, but I have to set that boundary for us going forward, right? I have to set those rules, and I've tried to do it in the chamber, and I know it's very difficult in the chamber. Things get very heated in there, and I'm going to continue to do that. Will I make mistakes? Of course I will. Will I have some setbacks? Of course, I'm human. I'm going to make mistakes. I don't have all the answers. That's why I have a team around me. Quarterback can't win every game. CEO can't run every company. He needs people to run it with him, right? I can't run the whole team by myself. I need support around me, right? The saying, 8s hire 10s, right? If you're the smartest person in the room, you're in the wrong room. If I'm the smartest guy in the team, I'm in the wrong team. I have lots of great people around me, but it is my job as leader to set that tone going forward. And I have done that as the new leader of the party. I put in like a no heckling thing. We adhered to that for 6.5 months, and then things went sideways. And we took a step back, but now we're back on track, right? So you're going to have setbacks in life, in politics, in business, in personal life, and all. Then you got to keep moving forward.
So with your role comes a lot of hate, right?
A lot of hate?
I mean, hey.
From who?
I don't, the opposite party.
I'm sure you can name a couple.
I'm sure you can name a couple people.
Yeah.
How do you deal with that? Like, how do you not let it personally affect you? Or do you?
And just not show it.
Yeah, I mean, I think playing football really helped.
Yeah.
I think being a pro football player helped me with some of the scrutiny from the public. I think, of course, it affects you. It always does. We're all humans, right? So no matter what anyone says is going to have some sort of effect on you. I think, and actually, no, I know. To the point of how do I get up in the morning because I love what I do, right? How do I do it every day and go with the energy and the pace that we have to do? I love it. How do I get up and, these comments or people will say, because I fundamentally believe in my heart that what I'm doing is the right thing, right? I haven't had to cross that boundary. And if I do, then that's probably the day that I don't love my job anymore. And I don't love coming to this building anymore. And I have that weight on me that I can't continue to go forward. But I deal with the hate or I deal with the people who don't agree with my policies because I fundamentally believe in what we're doing is right. And if I can do that with my morality and I can do that with my team support and understanding that this is the vision for the province, then it doesn't bother me. Because I know in my heart of hearts, what I'm doing, I believe, is right for the province and is of service to the people of Manitoba and of the party. And as long as I can continue to do that, I don't let it bother me. I actually also, sidebar, I think some of the comments are hilarious.
They're funny.
I actually sometimes they're pretty funny. And sometimes people get really creative and come up with some really funny things.
Respectable.
And respectfully, yeah. And sometimes not respectfully. But that's okay. I actually really encourage people to, come talk to me or reach out if you have real concerns with stuff we're doing. Love to talk to you. Love to listen to you, actually. Don't want to talk to you or at you. I want to just listen to why you think that. And if you allow me to, rebuttal or, kind of say where we're coming from, I think we'll be better off. I don't know if writing a comment that's saying you're a crappy football player, your food sucks, and you're a crappy politician. I mean, it's kind of funny, but I don't know if that's getting us anywhere. Right?
Do you think that makes for, if everyone came to the chamber with that mindset, would we have a better Manitoba today?
I don't know. I don't have a crystal ball. Right. I don't have a DeLorean with 1.21 gigawatts sitting in the side. We're actually in an energy crisis in this province, if we didn't know yet. But I think a healthy, positive mindset is always good in all aspects of life. I think there are days where it's tough to put that on sometimes, for sure. We're all human. We're going to wear things differently. But I think for the vast majority, if not everybody, and I would actually say everybody in this building that is elected as an official, I would hope in my heart of hearts is here because they want to make the province better. We might disagree on how that's done, but if you're here with the right intention that I firmly believe this is going to make the province better, then great, then go for it, right? As a leader, I've said on our party and under my leadership, I won't force or whip people to vote a certain way. On really morality and conscience clauses, right? Where you have to rationalize for yourself, is this the right thing? I think that freedom within a party is a good thing. I view it as a strength within a party that you can have differing opinions within a party. I know for a fact it's not the same on the opposite side, because they will whip all their votes. They will get everyone doing it, and they will attack us for saying, well, that member and that member and that member voted against it. You guys can't even agree with each other. You guys you're ripping yourselves apart, and you guys don't agree. And I say, no, a difference of opinion is a strength. Just like a diverse society is a strength, just like diverse cultures and religions and languages and food are all strengths, right? It's that respect that we have to have for that decision to be made. So if people had that mindset, maybe we would. Maybe we'll see what happens, right? I've been the leader for 8 months now. We'll have an election coming up soon-ish. We don't know. The premier says it might be soon, it might not be, whenever that may be. And I hope that Manitobans give me the honor to try to turn this province around.
I agree with that mindset. I think even us internally, like not on a level that you guys are, but like in running a small team, I think a lot of problems can be fixed with two people just sitting in a room and talking about it openly, without ego and without having things be personal attacks. Just factually looking at it and constructively looking at it. I'm fascinated about the chamber. And specifically your feelings when you're walking into it.
It's awesome.
Are you ready? Like,
It's like game day.
Yeah. Is it game day? Are you ready to like go to war? Do you feel some sort of nervous energy of like having to call that person out and that person calling you back out as well, and like going back and forth? Like, how do you mentally prepare for something like that?
I mean, every day going into the chamber is game day. Like you said, it is game day. It is that moment. It is that bill, that speech. I still get nervous before everything I do in life. It's just one of those things I actually really welcome it now. Before every single game I've ever played in my life, I have to go to the boys' room. It's just my whole career. John's like, oh, too much information. We might need to beep that out. But you get that nervous butterfly, right? I still get it every day in the chamber.
Of course.
I mean, but that's the honor. Like it's that the magnitude of the moment, right? Like it is such a honor and privilege to do what I do that there is no other choice than to walk in with a game day mentality, right? Then to walk in with this mindset that what I say, what I do in this moment is going to have ripple effects for the province. And that's the mindset I take in every single day I go. And it's a lot. Like my cortisol levels are through the roof probably, but it is that important that I take that job, and I know I've instilled that on the team and all the MLAs on our side. We take that moment of responsibility. So it is very much, let's go get it, right? Let's go ask our questions. Let's go debate these bills. Let's go own the moment, as it said. Let's win the moment, and so that's the mindset I take in every single day. So when I'm walking in, it is game time.
And how much is it, aside from politics, like mind games of like, I'm not going to show even if something that person says to me like affect me, or I'm not going to like, I'm going to look you dead in your eyes and just like keep a straight face, because if I break, my team breaks, therefore my argument breaks, whatever happens.
That's leadership. Right? That's leadership. That's what we sign up for. I am the leader. You guys are the leader of your organizations. You are that person, so you have to have that, right? So there's times where stuff is said, and you're like, oh, that's not very nice, or that hurts, or why are you lying, or why are you misleading, or how are you even saying these things? But you're right. So a lot of it is mind games. A lot of it is, trying to, twist the facts or get them to say something they're not, either agreeing or not with. But a lot of it is a mental psyche. It's not like, I can't go across the way and, drive block minister into the ground. Maybe that's for another podcast down the road. Who knows? Maybe there's an opportunity to do a charity fundraiser or something down the road.
I've got some ideas.
Right, you got some ideas. Let's talk. All better for the province. But it is. Every single day is again, it's because of what we're doing in this building matters, and it is for the future of the province. So every day is game day.
So do you have a routine before you go into the chamber? Like, for me, I play soccer. So like
before podcast?
Not before
Okay.
podcast.
I was gonna say, okay.
Before the actual game.
Before my actual game.
Oh, okay.
So like I gotta tie my left cleat before I put on my right cleat.
Yeah.
Right? So like superstitions like that.
Yeah.
Do you have some sort of routine that you follow?
So I did when I played football.
Right.
I don't as a leader now. I don't. It's actually a good question. No, I don't. I don't have a superstition. I mean, we're very regimented here, right? So
Yeah.
we have our meetings, we have our process, we go through it all. There's a little ha speech, and then let's go, right? And we all kind of go out as a team. When I'm in the moment, in the chamber, I have my own mental tools I kind of go through before I ask the question. Breathing exercises, visualizing, all those types of things that I did learn in football and life. So I do have that when I go through it, but. As far as the routine goes, no, maybe I do need to get back to wearing tighter shoes than I did when I played football. I used to wear size 12s. I'm a 13 or a 14. Maybe I need to do something like that. I don't know.
What was your routine for football?
Oh man, I had so many routines.
Really?
So many. It's very bizarre. As an offensive lineman who's 310 pounds, one of my routines was have a very light breakfast and don't eat anything all day, because I didn't want to feel really heavy on the football field, which is bizarre because I'm 310 pounds.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't eat anything really all day. I would get to the locker room almost 8 hours before a game, and it was just a routine of taking your time, get in the hot tub, get in the cold tub, do a stretch, do a workout, do all these sorts of things, and then it was getting ready. Always had to get ready the right side first and then the left side, tie this, tie that, the way you tape your hands, music. I listened to mostly classical music before a football game, which is very bizarre too. People are like,
Hans
what?
Zimmer?
Yeah, I love Hans Zimmer.
Hans Zimmer is
Hans
great.
Zimmer's the best. That Interstellar score is the greatest score of all time. And Batman Dark Knight is fantastic too. Last Samurai, Gladiator, yes. I can go on and on about that. But yes, the Pirates of the Caribbean, Lion King. I'm a huge movie guy too. Movies are my shtick. So. Yeah, but no routine. Just stay disciplined to the message, to our game prep, and then rock and roll.
Short question here. What made you fall in love with the game of football?
I was good at it.
Okay,
Yeah.
so then when you realized you were good at it, and then you got to the point where this became a job for you,
Yeah.
did it become a job for you? And in the sense of there were moments that you didn't enjoy?
Were there moments I didn't enjoy? Yeah, I mean, I didn't enjoy all the rehab I had to go through. I didn't enjoy losing games.
Yeah.
I didn't enjoy getting my butt kicked on certain plays or getting yelled at by coaches. But I loved every moment of it, right? Like in the whole thing, I loved it all. If you do it as a job, yeah, that's interesting. It's funny you mention it, because yes, this is my job. This is what I do.
We've talked to a couple of basketball players, and they're
Yeah.
like, I just loved basketball as a kid. And then I got to the world of basketball, and then I realized there's a business behind basketball. And I don't enjoy that part of like getting traded,
Yeah.
doing all that stuff. I
Yeah.
just want to play the game of basketball,
Yeah.
but now I have to learn all these other skills.
Yeah, I mean, for sure. So those nuances within it, yeah. I mean, I didn't love it when I got cut by the Bombers in 2011. But I knew that my time had kind of run out, right? And I knew there was a business, but for the love of the game, I loved the game. I loved it. I was good at it. I was really good at my craft. I was harness my craft, work out, watch film, eat right at 310 pounds, and go dominate the game, right? So in politics, it's the same thing. Like, I love what I do here.
And is
So
there parts that you don't enjoy of politics?
Sure. I mean, there's moments where you got to get up at 3 o'clock in the morning and hit the road to go to the next town or the next community for a breakfast meeting. I mean, that's tough to get up of. There's times where you're on the road and you're like, I miss my son. Or there's times where I'm doing late night debates here. Or there's times where I'm in front of the media and you're getting, really grilled by the media pretty tough. And there's moments that within it that you don't like, oh man, this is going to be tough. But I love the job and I love what I do. So I don't actually view it as a job, right? Like, I know this is my job, and this is funny. I'm actually thinking about this now on the go here. I don't really view it as that. Like, I love what I do, and that's how I view it. It's a job, yes. I get paid to do it, yes. But I wouldn't want to do anything else.
We asked the mayor this question of what his vision is for Winnipeg.
Yeah.
But what's your vision for Manitoba? Where do you see Manitoba in the next 10 years?
Man, I see Manitoba just thriving. The vision for Manitoba is unleash Manitoba. I see so much potential in Manitoba. I see Manitoba as an economic monster in this country. And as people are like, oh, you're crazy. We have all the minerals. We're geographically located exactly perfect right in the center of North America. We have great talent, great schools, great families, great communities in this province. We have hydroelectricity, the cheapest rates in Canada. We have a ton of land for growth and development. We are situated in such a beautiful spot that we can unleash the potential of this province by getting out of the way of the people that want to do that. Like I said, less government, less bureaucracy, enable, allow, create the environment for people to just flourish. Imagine what could happen in this province. Just really think about it. Come on this journey with me. We have every critical mineral that's wanted in the world. We have potash, we have gold. We have a corridor that's wanting to be built across the country that our current premier won't sign on to, an energy corridor. We have the Port of Churchill, but that's a 15-year project from now. It's not tomorrow. What's tomorrow is our agriculture, our geographical located center in North America. It is our energy advantage with hydroelectricity. It is the fact that we can have small modular reactors, nuclear, like Ontario and Saskatchewan, Alberta are doing. It's the fact that we have great, in an affordability crisis in the country, we do still have affordable housing here for families to come to Manitoba, to set their roots, to grow great communities, right? Go outside anywhere in Winnipeg, and every town is the best town I've been to. I love rural Manitoba. So I see it as a massive opportunity. With that opportunity, I also see us really leading the way when it comes to healthcare, when it comes to crime reform in this province, right? When it comes to recovery centers and addiction and mental health, not through consumption sites, right? By helping people where they're at, by creating a medical and hospital environment that is accountable to Manitobans and is fully funded and operated for through a thriving economy, right? You have to have one with other. You can't have all the needs of social services and homelessness and mental health and recovery and addictions and infrastructure and on without growing our economy. It's not like we're sitting at a province that has nothing to offer the world. We have everything to offer the world. We're just not doing it. Right? And again, like reality, people, what are you talking about? Premier Mo went to Indonesia and signed a $1 billion contract for canola export in this trade wars. What do we do? Right? We have canola farmers. We have great egg farmers. We have great cattle, great hog in this province. What are we doing? We have critical minerals that the world wants. We're not getting them out of the ground. Hydroelectricity advantage. Pinawa is one of, I think, less than a dozen places in all of Canada that can have a small nuclear reactor, like modular reactors. Ontario's invested billions of dollars. Saskatchewan, billions. Alberta, billions. Manitoba? So where do I see Manitoba? Oh, I see Manitoba thriving. I see us being a great province, but we have to have the leadership and the courage to want to get it done.
Also, how much of it is getting that information out there to Manitobans? Because you're tapped into all of this.
Yeah.
You see this.
Yeah, I live it. I live
You see
it.
it on a day-to-day basis.
Yeah.
But an average Manitoban that's going to work, trying to pay their bills,
Yeah.
has a job, has a family that they want to take care of,
Yeah.
see all this stuff.
Sure.
So how much of it is getting that information out there? How do they do that to get involved in this world to make a change?
Yeah, well, I think some of it's through podcasts like this, right? Some of it's through, traditional media is going to cover what traditional mainstream media wants to cover. It's through word of mouth. It's through, social media now. It's through innovative ways of getting the message out. But all that aside, so sorry to negate the podcast, all that aside, I would say, what's important to your family? That's where the conversation has to start, right? If I can go to the families, the average Manitoban, and say, what's important to you? And I ask them, I'm going to look at the camera now and say, what's important to you? Is it your family? Is it healthcare? Is it crime? Is it affordability? Is it saving 2 cents a liter of milk? What's important to you? Okay, these are the things that are important to you. This is how we want to do it. This is my vision on our party's vision of how we want to do it. And I think that's where the question has to start, because unfortunately, not every Manitoban's really sad. It hurts me to say this. Not every Manitoban's going to watch this podcast. We shouldn't get them to. We should find a way to do it. But I ask them what's important to them. And if they can answer that question, then they got to look for answers. And I think we have some answers on this side of the house, and that's what we're going to work on, the campaign and messaging and getting that out. But Again, all in service to make the province better.
Obby, I know we're tough on time here, but
Man, I'm good. Who said time? You guys want to go? Let's keep going. John's like, I gotta go. Sorry, John, I threw you under the bus again.
From talking with you, I collectible. Harry, I've got one thing that I think I like to try,
Yeah.
and that's you want to win.
Yeah. Yeah, of course. I want to win. Of course I want to win. But, there's a but there. What's that but going to be? How well do you know me now after this podcast? I want to win. So people say win. What's the saying? You get a win.
with the team win.
With team win. But what's another saying? Win at all?
Cost.
Win at all costs. No. No. Can't win at all costs. You got to win with your morality, with your ethics, with what you believe is right, with a vision for the province, with making those tough decisions. Winning at all costs, look, I can say whatever I want to say to get people to vote for me, whatever I think they want to hear. It's not who I am. I won't do that. I will not win at all costs. I will win with integrity, with morality, with hard work, with the passion of what I do and the team that we bring along to the party. So yes, I want to win, but not win at all costs.
So are you okay with losing?
Losing's it's going to go one or the other way. And that's not for me to decide. Win or lose, I don't control the outcome. Right? So again, it's funny, these questions you ask. I don't know if you're doing it on purpose, but the questions you're asking are all tying back to earlier answers I gave.
What we do.
No, is it what you do? Is you guys make it up right now? He's like, what we do. I don't control the outcome whether I win or lose. I didn't control whether I was going to make it back on the football field. Right? I didn't control if business was going to be successful. I don't control any of that. As a matter of faith, I believe in a higher power. But what I do control is how hard I work. I can't control where voters are going to vote, right? Or what the guy in front of me is going to do, if he's going to go left or right or swim or bull rush right through me.
You could control that, no?
You can't.
You control the controllables.
I can control what I can control. Yeah. And I can control how hard I work. I can control what I do. I can control the message. I can control the team around me, hopefully, and do the messaging. But I don't control the win or loss. So win or loss, whatever happens is going to happen. At the end of my time here, whenever that may be, as long as I can look in the mirror and say, I did everything I could do. It's the same lesson I did in football. It's the same lesson I did in business. It's the same lesson I did in politics. It's the same lesson that I hope to pass on to my son.
Yeah. Obby, from your football career to your business career and now your politician career.
Yeah.
Is there any advice that you can give to the listeners who are wanting to chase their dreams and pursue their passions?
Oh, man. Advice. I mean, I think I've covered off a few defining principles in my life, right? You want one piece of advice or a few?
Few. Name
I
them
mean,
all.
I would say always do the right thing, right? Always work hard. Always work hard. There's nothing more common in the world than unsuccessful people with talent.
Yep.
Right? Agreed. People have all the talent in the world. There are people bigger than me, stronger than me, faster than me, meaner than me, and they never made it to the pros. There are probably the people better suited to be the leader. But hard work overcomes so much. Hard work. Don't listen to the haters. There's haters everywhere. Don't listen to them. Believe in what you believe in. Right? If you believe in what you believe in and you're willing to tie that to your hard work, you're going to have success. I'm not going to say you're going to become a millionaire or billionaire, but you will have success, whatever that may look like. And that's the journey that I try to carve out, right? So hard work, right? Right mindset. Be humble and grateful for everything that you have and that's in front of you. Do the right thing, right? Carry that forward with you. Listen to where people are coming from and try to understand and help and empathize where they're at. But really, hard work, perseverance, doing the right thing, and believe in yourself. I'm going to end it on this story. I read a book at I Love to Read Month. So I Love to Read Month right now. I don't know when you guys are going to do this.
Yeah.
The book is called The Dot.
Okay.
You guys heard of this book called The Dot? It's a Manitoba author, I believe. It's called The Dot. You can put it up on your little podcast thing. It's about a kid in school who's got this art project and he doesn't do it, and she just puts a dot on a piece of paper. Just a dot. The teacher loves the dot. The teacher says, this is the greatest dot I've ever seen. The kid sees this dot and says, I could do a better dot, and does more dots and more dots and colored dots and bigger dots and all these sorts of dots. And then the kid goes on to have an art show. And these dots are everywhere. People are loving the dots. And then another kid comes up and says, I love your artwork. This is amazing. How did you do this? I can't do this. And the girl who doubted herself, 10 pages earlier says, well, you can do it. He says, I can't even draw a straight line. And she says, just draw a straight line and sign it with your name and see where that takes you. Right? So that story, I literally read it just this morning. I had 3 classes, and I was like, man, this is a good story. Believe in yourself. Work hard. Continue to do it. Support other people around you. I think those are some of the lessons that, I hope to, share with Manitobans. And, if I'm so honored, for them to listen to this podcast.
Obby, thank you so much for your time.
Awesome.
Thank you for
Thanks, guys.
coming on and sharing your story.
Thank you.
If you haven't already, call me out. And we'll see you next time. Peace.
Let's go.